Hi, hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again in yet another evening online session with Luksuz Films Festival. So we are in our second week now already. If you didn't know that, where were you? No, I'm just kidding. But we started last week, and last week was all about young and emerging filmmakers whose films, all low budget, non-commercial and short, so great, were screened. So we screened them on our YouTube channel, and then we discussed them live with the authors here on Facebook. But don't worry if you missed anything. You can still go back and watch all of the movies until the end of the festival, so 22nd of November, this Sunday. So you still have a few more days to catch up on everything. And also all of the live Q&As were recorded, and you can find them on our Facebook as well. Okay, a lot has happened, as you can see already, but a lot more is also coming. Yesterday we had Barbara Borčić. She presented with us here. She presented us Slovenian Center for Contemporary Arts and like their projects and the current activities. And also she walked us through this Diva Station archive. And today, we're here today, it's a very special Thursday with very special screenings and also with very special guests today here with us as well. We have Yuliya. Welcome, Yuliya. You'll see her in just a bit. She's this year's FEC, so Short Film Festival award winner, and her awarded movie called My Universe was just screened on our YouTube channel and available until the end of the festival, as I said before. And then we also have here with us two very familiar faces to Luksuz production. We have Nadia and Maja, power daughter-mom duo. You will see them in a bit as well. Hello, hello. And yeah, their movie was actually edited here in Krško during the International Documentary Film Workshop in July. Okay, so dear viewers, as always, if you have any questions and comments, write us on Facebook. We'll do our best to answer them during or at the end of this Q&A. And yeah, that's it. We can kick things off. By the way, my name is Špela. I'm one of the volunteers here at the Luksuz production. And here with me today is Nastja, also another volunteer, and she will be leading the Q&A portion of this video. Okay, Nastja, the stage is yours.
Hi, yes, so my name is Nastja, as Špela mentioned. I'm also a volunteer here at Luksuz. I'm from the UK and I've been here in Luksuz since January this year. And first of all, I want to just give our guests the opportunity to introduce themselves and just explain to our audience what their background in filmmaking is and how they came about to make the films that were screened tonight. So first, I would like to start with Yuliya.
I'm sorry, what background? Everything, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it started when I finished my diploma from sculpture. One girl called me, Romana Zajec from APIS production for one workshop. It was migrant workshop for women. And then I made my first film there. And when it went to festival, I realized that it's really more it's actually, you cannot touch it, but it's more, it can touch you more actually, this art than sculpture and kind of galleries and stuff like that. So I applied on Luksuz production, but it was workshop near you, which was, I think, 10 months. And then I made one more film there, and I also went to this Krško workshop, this short for 2 weeks. And then after that, I applied to restart production, this School of Documentary Film in Zagreb. And I finished in Zagreb. So while I was in Zagreb, so then I realized that maybe I could apply again to the Masters of Documentary Film. So now I'm finishing, I need to write my final thesis and my documentary film, about 1 hour and something should be. So I'm kind of in this moment. So it's kind of, film just took me away from the sculpture. So it was something like that.
And also I wanted to ask you how you came about to make the film that we screened tonight, My Universe.
Yeah, it was, since I came to Zagreb, I also get a job in one bar that I'm still working. So it's already 2.5 years. And that was this girl that we were working together. I'm from Ukraine, but from the Russian part, and her mother is Russian. So she's also always telling me like, oh, I'm also Russian, so you're my Russian sister. So that's how I met Nastja. And I fall inside in this relationship with mother because Nastja doesn't speak that much Russian and I speak Russian. So mother adopted me more than her own daughter. So I kind of get inside. And so I said, okay, I need to film this because it really reminds me of all my struggles and all our this teenage fights with our parents. So kind of it happened like that. Life.
Nice, thank you so much. And now we will move on to Maja and Nadia. If you could just introduce your background in film and then how you came about to make the movie that we screened tonight. So yeah, take it away, Maja. Oh, we can't hear you, Maja. You need to unmute.
Hi. So actually, I started to make documentaries in Luksuz production. So I'm sort of like from the start of this movement that is actually worldwide happening right now also. And the movie with Nadia was just our cooperation to record a film about some experience that Nadia had. So Nadia is actually her first experience with the film.
Nice. And yeah, did you want to, I don't know, maybe Nadia wants to introduce herself. I don't know where she's gone.
Nadia is gone because she was thinking that together we will watch the movie right now. So she is now like a little bit disappointed that we are just talking about it. So she will come back, I hope.
Okay. When she comes back, we can introduce her a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So it's really great that we have, I didn't actually realize that we had 2 guests tonight who formed their early footsteps in filmmaking through Luksuz, which is amazing. That's really, really great. So you guys have some stuff in common there, and so do I and Spela, obviously. So first of all, I wanted to ask Yuliya why you decided to follow Nastja's story as a young woman who is discovering her sexuality. I know you spoke about the mother and the connection you had with her, but why did you settle on this as like kind of the main theme of the movie?
Oh, I think because it's main theme of their life. So I didn't kind of, I wasn't choosing what I would like open or what kind of themes I would like to have, because when I met them, it was all about this, like about what Nastja is doing, also about her sexuality and about, I don't know, it's more acceptance, something like that. So I don't know, actually I wasn't choosing, I was just there and recording. Actually, film happened by itself. It wasn't like, yeah, I was editing at the end and I was putting some stuff out and deciding what will be some main stuff, but mostly I didn't need to direct them, kind of something like that. So I don't know how to answer to that.
It just naturally happened as that was the main thing that was going on in both of their lives.
Yeah. In that moment, yes. But now they're living together, so they have other problems. So maybe I will make the second part.
Oh, that would be great. I'd love to see that. I really enjoyed this movie myself. I watched it at FEC actually, and I thought it was well-deserving winner. So yeah, do you have like maybe some background in like LGBT filmmaking or issues that helped inform the process that you took in this film?
Yeah, actually, I said that I will make 3 films about LGBT. That was the last one, actually. And I said, okay, I'm leaving this team. It's not my team. It's also how they once, well, I don't, okay, never mind. I was in Ljubljana. I was part of Queer Cabaret Tiffany for 3-4 years before I went to Zagreb. And now I cannot work with them because I'm not there. So I made one trying to make some first documentary. It was about our cabaret. And then on this first Luksuz workshop, I made about Nenad. It's short. It's 5 minutes 30. It's he's a security in Tiffany, and he's working there for 12 years. So I thought maybe one big guy security, if he can say something about LGBT and stuff like that, so people will probably respect his opinion. That was really like I wanted to make about this and this team, because I was part of it, and a lot of my friends and stuff like that. So the third one was actually more hidden, but I said, okay, this is the third, and I will not touch it again. Like somebody else do it, because I don't know, I cannot get stuck, and so kind of like this. So yeah, it was two more films, more focused on this before.
Cool, thank you so much for sharing. I also wanted to ask you that there are some very obviously dramatic scenes in this movie between Nastja and her mother. And I wanted to ask you kind of how you managed to handle these situations, and kind of what was the process in filming these? Were you ever hesitant to take out the camera, or felt like you should put it away, or this kind of thing? How did you deal with this?
Yeah, actually, every time, like probably for first 2 months, I was filming it during the summer, so it was 3 months filming. First 2 months, I was all the time choosing to be a human and filmmaker. In my head, is kind of like there are two different sides, because this is more opportunistic approach. So every time I left camera, or when Nastja was crying, I left camera, hug her and stuff like that. And that last fight, it was actually, I was sitting there, and she was just near to me. She was fighting with her mother on the telephone, but she didn't take care of me, that I was there or listening or doing something. So I said like, okay, look, it's enough. I need to film stuff like that, because they're happening all the time. And it's actually, I wasn't there like putting camera in her face. So I said, okay, I will film around the apartment in this moment, because it is a part of their life, but then I also need to kind of show it. And she didn't know that I was filming this. But when I showed her, she like nothing happened. Like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. So maybe probably I could take camera more often out, but I was more kind of calming this situation. So it was really hard also to film, because it was really part of it, kind of like family. So I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's really interesting that you mentioned that you were kind of adopted by this Russian mother, sort of as a daughter, because you could relate to each other in speaking Russian. How did that influence your filmmaking, having this relationship with both the mother and the daughter, and how did you kind of balance these issues?
I don't know. I think with all people that I filmed ever, I always had a relationship like this, friends, family, and we talk a lot. So I don't know. It didn't. I don't know if it influenced. It was. I don't know. They kind of get used to with me with the camera, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to. It didn't. I think it didn't change this that I was filming, because I was kind of like, oh, I'm sorry, I just need to film this. They were like, okay, so let's go. So I don't know.
And how was Nastja and her mother's reaction to the film? Did they think they were presented like fairly? And yeah, what was their general reaction?
We were all afraid that mother will probably break my legs. She said twice, I will break her legs, because she's a strong woman, I know. But actually, no, she said like, oh, it's okay, nothing like that. And also her brother of Nastja said that he was scared, because I don't know, maybe that there are more stuff to show, and I didn't even touch the bottom or get inside. So I don't know, maybe second part really. So so mother reacted okay. Nastja also reacted okay, and she was really sending this film everywhere. I needed to change password in one moment. So yeah, but now probably later, a couple of months later, when winter came and all this depression came and stuff like that, probably it was really hard for Nastja because she felt that she exposed herself too much. But okay, now we are friends. She just wrote me a text message. She's making new brushes, pussy brushes, brooch and earrings. So she's sending me pictures. So it'd be okay. We came through it, but it was really hard because she didn't realize that it was really like all her life there, and she really put herself out. But in the same time, it's really nice because she had this moment, their particular first exhibition and stuff like that. So
yes, it sounds like in the end you did a good job of balancing both your relationship with the mother and the daughter, if they were both, you know, happy with the outcome and felt like they were fairly represented. But I wondered, as you talked about how it's kind of like a struggle for Nastja seeing this film afterwards, do you think in any way this film could have acted as some kind of catharsis or healing process for the two of them?
This is actually what I thought that it could be, because I also filmed myself a couple of times, and it was really some moment I said like, okay, this part of me will be in the film and I will be a new person, like resuscitating from this film, stuff like that. But I don't know, it was in some part, but mostly it was, I think it was more damaging than healing.
Okay.
I don't know, because it's not a process that happens at just that time. It was all the time happening. So having it probably on the film, it was harder than like making it finish. It's not finished yet.
Okay,
But,
so it opened the lid maybe on this topic, and
yeah, kind of more.
Yeah.
But I hoped it could help them. I said like people really like, it probably will help you in some way. It helped me a lot, but I don't know. Maybe it still needs some time.
Yes, I think these are issues that definitely need time for our psyche to work through, like kind of traumatic experiences within our family. It can take time for both parties to reach some healing. Yeah. And I would love to see a part 2 of this movie, really. I think it would be amazing. It would be really, really good. But yeah, thank you for sharing your thoughts and your experiences on this movie so far. Now we will take the time to switch over to Maja and Nadia, as I see Nadia has rejoined us. So maybe we can start with Nadia giving us a little introduction as to who she is and what was her role in this movie.
Maybe you should ask something else.
Okay, okay. Maybe Mum, you can introduce Nadia for us, maybe.
Nadia is an amazing artist, and
oh, can I show a picture what I brought today?
Okay, I guess Nadia's
okay. Yeah, so this project was actually collaboration between mother and daughter, and after the birth of a second child, we had some bonding time during the summer, so we edited the film that we filmed in so.
And who is this in the picture?
Nadia, who is this?
YouTubers, my favorite.
YouTubers, her favorite.
YouTubers. Oh, okay.
So actually one of the motivation to make this movie was also because Nadia wants to be a famous YouTuber. So we are like sort of opening the way for this, and it's very hard for me, but I'm trying my best as a mother. So actually,
I have 2 kids.
Nice. So Maja, I wanted to ask you, how was it working with Nadia, your own daughter, in this film?
Actually, it was nice because she was quite enthusiastic when I came to her school, and this was also my way to approach the school and see the process, and also know the differences between a local school in Iran and Slovenian schools. And yeah, she was quite happy that her mother with the child, because Borna, the brother, was with me. I was carrying him, so it was actually quite a team. So 2 babies with mother making a film about the mother. So Borna was also like cooperating, being quiet when it was needed to be quiet. So we played on the good luck.
Nice, nice. I can imagine there was a lot of challenges with juggling all of these different things at once. And Nadia, how was it to work with your mum?
Good.
Did you have fun making this film?
Yes, because my like brother didn't always like.
So, you know,
"You're gonna
actually,
sit
yeah,
with your
actually she
sister."
was happy that
We could be alone.
we could be alone.
Nice. And Nadia, why do you want to be a YouTuber?
I don't know. I was inspired.
Since you were 5, you wanted to be a YouTuber. And what do you like about YouTubers and doing this kind of presenting?
To play video games.
Video games, okay. Nice. And Mum, how do you feel about this?
Sometimes strange, sometimes better, but we are trying with different things to also pull her away from this technology. But now with this homeschooling through the technology is also a big challenge. So all of these things now on internet, they are new, and also our conversation is some new experience. So yeah, I don't know. You cannot forbid things that they do, playing the video games, but have it under control is better. So, yeah.
But do you maybe see Nadia's future in front
Film
of
star,
the screen?
yeah.
In front of the screen, yes.
Yeah, in front of everywhere, behind the screen, in front of the screen, like yeah. I see her.
Right. Like I really like to picture with you.
Yeah, also yeah. She don't know because also me, I'm documenting, of course, with photos, Nadia, and with films. And
1 powers millions.
and she don't like this, so also this was also her challenge to accept to make a movie with me, that this was even more that I was following her with the camera. So thank you for cooperation, Nadia.
But we just
Yeah. I think you did a very good job being in front of the camera, Nadia. You seemed very confident young lady, and I would like to ask you, how are you so confident?
I'm not confident.
I think
Inside
you
my
are.
brains, inside my brains right now, I'm exploding.
Oh, okay, so maybe inside you're like scared, but we see this confidence. But did it help having your mum film you, for you to show your true self?
We took from the past the pictures.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's saying that in Krčko we were editing material from the past, from Iran. She was a little bit bigger, of course, when we edited it, and yeah.
Okay, so now that you mentioned Krčko and editing, so yeah, I understand obviously this movie was filmed in Iran. And how was it to revisit the material much later and go through this editing process? Did this affect the process at all?
You will answer or me answer?
What is the question?
Yeah, of course, it's good that the material is a little bit of time in the oven, so become more the document for you, so you can give away lots of parts that you would actually, if you watch, just immediately be emotionally involved too much, and you couldn't edit it out. So this for sure helped, and also the process in the Luksuz production, where you have an opportunity to talk with mentors, with different filmmakers, and they give you like some ideas or ask you questions, or what did you mean, and how you can open the character. So this is very nice, and I think the result of the film is also because of this energy that Luksuz is bringing to the field of documentary film.
Yes, I think that's very true. Like this workshop, you definitely get very vibrant energy. We're all there together helping produce, I don't know, we did like 5 movies or something this summer, and I really felt like we were all there for each other's movies, Like,
Yeah,
not
it's
only-
very motivational, and yeah, actually, maybe because lots of films that I took, they were actually from our everyday life, and this workshop actually then helped me to transform it from maybe some home film material to the film language, to the film actually itself. So I'm very grateful for this support.
That's great to hear that the workshop helped you a lot with this process. I now wanted to maybe tackle the themes of the movie because they're quite interesting and big topics to cover. So I wanted to ask, I mean, in this film, we see from Nadia's perspective the difference in being a young woman, child in Slovenia and in Iran. And I wanted to ask you, Maja, how do you see this difference in life for women in Iran and Slovenia?
In Iran, they have, when they go, some like rusaris that you put on your head, some like scarves on your head. You have to, when you go out, you have to wear scarves or the police stops you. Just women, not guys, not fair.
And in Slovenia, you don't need to do that, but now in this time you have to have a mask.
Yes, of course.
So I see some like everyday life really become like closer and closer.
So in Iran, like when they have the mask and the rusari, they look like a ninja because you just see the eyes.
Wow.
Ninja, yeah. So
Okay.
actually about everyday life, I don't see there are so many differences as we might think that they are. Also, the intention of the movie was to capture like this close to us is nothing so different. Children, they go to school, the youngsters, they are happy. Okay, you have different challenges in Iran also, but I don't think so. There are so many differences in the woman reality. Maybe it depends in which kind of family you are born as a woman. So that depends your like way of life there. But to me, I don't feel so much differences when I'm there.
Okay, so in the end, you feel like there is really not so much systemic difference, or it's just because of your particular family dynamics that you don't feel that different? Or but do you think on the wider societal level there may be some differences, or do you think it's fairly similar?
No, of course there are differences in every state. There are differences everywhere in the world, of course. I think in Iran there are like at least two social groups living. So one, they are like more connected with religious world, and one of which is maybe more closer to our like I don't know, everyday group of people, somehow like open and living their life inside of their flats or like intimate places. So my personal experience, I have just good experiences about Iran, not even one like bad. So I saw like amazing world there.
Okay, nice. So you're kind of breaking these stereotypes a little bit with this
Yeah,
movie.
we are trying. Yeah, we are trying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's great to hear. And but I wanted to ask, maybe did you have any challenges in the filmmaking process, or was there anything quite different in the filmmaking process in Iran versus Slovenia?
You know, like this film is not legally filmed, so you know I didn't have any permission, but I really took this as like my documenting of my child. So of course there are differences filming in Iran or filming in Slovenia, but no, everybody were happy. Also the school opened the door, so I can film there very easily. There was not any procedure or something like would be challenging, because my intentions were not bad. I think I also connected, I was connected with the embassy, Iranian embassy in Slovenia. So like we were like, you know, discussing about the thing. And I think this film should show us like everyday situation, you know, it doesn't add different topics and adding all the problems there in the world or in Iran or in Slovenia. So yeah.
And have you had many Iranian people, like your family or friends, like watch this movie? And if so, what were their reactions?
Not yet. Now online we will check if they could manage it. So through Luksuz production festival.
Okay, that's great. So hopefully there's still time, folks, if any of Maya's Iranian friends and family are watching, you can still watch this film until the end of the festival. So that's a good point to make. But yeah, maybe you can tell us why you chose to tell the story of Nadia going to school in Iran from her perspective and not from your own.
Sorry, from
why did you choose to tell this story of Nadia going to school in Iran from Nadia's perspective?
Because this was our project, our cooperation. So the motivation of doing it was in like introducing Nadia into the filmmaking. This was my intention. So actually, yeah. And the easiest part to motivate her to do the film is, of course, about that she is also playing the role in it, you know. So it's a film about her.
And Nadia, did you maybe learn anything about filmmaking in this film?
How to use a camera when the sunlight stand when you hold that thing when it's like
Yeah.
how do you say it again? That, to make a better light on your face.
Diffuser. Yeah. Nice.
And editing process, eh? How much work needs to be done that this short movie is made. How many hours you have to sit by computer, and then this is made. That goes fast.
Yes. And about this editing process, how did you decide which materials to keep in the film and what not to include? Because I understand you had a lot of material.
So Nadia, maybe you can tell this.
I actually don't know.
Actually, yeah, I said from the beginning, when you lay down the material, I think then it's easier to say goodbye to some of the film material that also you are emotionally involved. So I think this helped. And then you just pick up the material that is really like dragging you and it tells something from your story.
Yeah, so it helps. Again, it's good that you had this gap of time because then you can like detach yourself because it's very personal, the clips that you did from the clips you have. So you can really just draw out the bits that really tell the story that you want to tell. So yeah, that's really amazing and sounds like it's been a very productive and interesting process for the both of you. And
first connection project, sort of, but also I was thinking this will be more connective, but okay.
Okay, cool, yeah. Nice. And it's interesting that both of the movies that we are showing tonight touch on this mother-daughter theme. So now I will discuss this. So first, I want to move back to Yuliya. And I would like to ask, in general, what do you think about the presentation of mother and daughter relationships in films?
What do you mean? If they're more or like they're lacking?
Yeah, like maybe in documentary film, do you think this topic is covered enough? Is it covered well? Like, are there any references that you used?
No, actually, I didn't use any references because I think I didn't saw enough films that covering this topic. Like there are some good films, but still, I think it's really important relationship, and I think it maybe should be covered more. I don't know.
Okay, and how important do you think it was that you, as a person who has been socialized as a female, was creating this film? You know, like how important is that someone who is a daughter themselves, or you know, is involved in the filmmaking process. As the
Yeah,
director.
Nastja said that we will need to make these great feministic films with all these strong women inside. So that was kind of, it was also her project. So actually it started like this. Now I forgot to tell that Nastja was searching for some ideas for me. I said, I don't know what to do, blah, blah. And I was talking with her and she said, oh, you know, you need to film my mother. She is really this strong woman that actually it's not represented enough. She built her own house. She father was on the how to say he was on the sea, so she was brought 2 kids up. She was this woman that needs to have a film about her, and she didn't want to film, of course, in the beginning. So I said, okay, Nastja, I will try kind of film you to film her. But then in the end I stopped at Nastja, so it was more interesting than coming just to be with the mother. But yeah, I don't know, I didn't thought about this, like, okay, I will make this female film. I just wanted to make film about their relationship, because how they're unique, they're also at the same time, like, we are all the same. We all had these kind of fights, maybe different fights, maybe not this, I know, maybe just coming of age. I don't know, it's different. So I didn't thought it would be this kind of, yeah, feminist movement stuff. It wasn't kind of my idea. Like, I didn't thought about it.
But I think that the effect of this movie, for me at least, that had many feminist sort of themes throughout it, and it really was quite empowering for me, at least, to follow this girl's story. Yeah. And did your own relationship with your mother inform the process of this film in any way at all?
What do you mean inform?
So when you were sort of deciding on like how to shoot the film, or what themes to include, or how to approach Nastja or the mother, like, did your own relationship with your mother like inform this in any way?
Oh, well, I thought about this because actually when I actually saw them and their relationship, I remembered how I was, I don't know, 16, 17, bought my first car when I was 18 because I wanted to be independent and accepted and stuff like that. That Nastja have different stuff, and she's also 32 in the movie. But still this kind of fight of acceptance, because in one moment I decided not to speak Russian with my parents anymore because I wanted to be Slovenian or be accepted in Slovenia. So it really kind of reminded me of this temperament that I had when I was younger. Probably I still have some traits. And I don't know, I was kind of just, yeah, seeing also some part of me in them. But I didn't thought how I'm shooting, in what part. I think because I was doing it by myself, and it was kind of hard to direct and shoot at the same time and be present everywhere. So mostly I felt like I'm like chicken without head, running with the camera and trying to catch some stuff. And then I was like, okay, I will make it in editing. Okay, when I will be editing, I will fix it. So it was really kind of chaotic, probably, filming and everything. Probably it's also the film chaotic. They are chaotic. I was chaotic. So it was kind of, I don't know. I thought maybe it can happen by themselves, but itself. So it's like most of my films doing. I need to take care to think more previous to do, because sometimes they happen without. It was kind of subconscious stuff. So I don't know. I need to put it a little bit forward to see more like actively stuff.
I think maybe like this forming this narrative from the chaos can be a very subconscious process in a way. Probably. Like it's informed through your knowledge of film, you know, what you've seen in the past, but also your own experiences as a daughter of somebody, and as this person, you know, that can maybe relate to what's going on in the film. Like, I mean, if you had no relation to what was going on, it's like hard to create this kind of narrative out of what's going on. So yes, it's really interesting, and maybe we're not always aware of this, but later we can reflect and see how maybe these things happen. But yeah, I'm really interested in actually this filming process and how you kind of just filmed a lot, and it maybe was quite chaotic with a lot of different things happening. How did you really like console like all of this footage into one movie? Like, because to me it's a very like good narrative and it was really gripping for me actually. So how did you take all of this footage and make it into this one narrative? I'm actually really interested.
Well, I first I went in the beginning. I was doing like every shooting. I just took some parts to make some scene, like I don't know, like 10 minutes cuts, something, and then I had these scenes. It was 4 or 5 hours of everything, but kind of edited, like just longer scenes. And then if you saw in the credits, like thank you for like 20 people that I'm thanking. This is 20 people like all the time that I was calling to come to me, drink a beer and see all these 4 hours or 2 hours on 1 hour, or I don't know how many shorter it was. And then some people said like, oh, you should be like, try this or that. So it was all the time, I don't know, I was probably like 1 month trying to edit it, try something new. So all these people that actually I spoke, that they were kind of, because I couldn't see clearly. It's really hard that you are in filming and directing and plus editing, you don't have deep distance anymore. And I know that it could happen, but yeah, I have good friends with good eyes. So this is what, like talking with people and trying to get their suggestions. Some worked, some didn't. So it kind of with all the help of friends, kind of.
Okay, great. Thank you. That sounds like, yeah, it's always best to sort of collaborate, especially in this this post-production phase for sure. And I think this also helps Maja, and has helped me on many film projects, to be surrounded by good people that you can trust and that have these good eyes to help inform you, so you can see things that maybe that, you know, you get lost when you're with this footage all the time, you know, the same stuff. So yeah, it's a really good thing for any emerging filmmakers to get this feedback and to ask everyone that they know, like, to help them form in this post-production phase. So yeah, now we can move on to Maja on the same theme of the mother-daughter relationship in the documentary film. And I wanted to ask Maja, did you maybe look up any like references about mothers who have filmed their daughters, or anything like this? And do you think that we have enough of this this mother-daughter relationship presented in documentary film?
I didn't hear it, just blocked the sound, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I asked, did you maybe look up some references to do with mothers who have filmed their daughters for documentaries? And do you think we have enough representation of the mother-daughter relationship in film?
No, somehow no, I didn't see something and then get inspired. This was mostly made because Nadia is the most close person to me, so is then from this. I think these are subjects that are and they will be, because I think the relation between the mother is the most important relation in the world. So lots of films have this topic, and I believe also documentaries. I think they will follow with this topic more and more.
And what is perhaps like special to you about the mother-daughter relationship, and why this could make a good topic for movies?
Well, good question. I try to understand, to answer. I think this being close to protagonist is very important in any house. So to me, as a filmmaker, like of course Nadia is very close, and this is also challenging to make something, of course, because you don't have distance. And yeah, I don't know, like what actually. Oh.
I think personally it's something quite underrepresented, you know, like this female relationships, because I don't know, films often are based on like, I mean, most films have this male protagonist, and if the woman is in the film, she's in relation some way to the male. So it's really nice to see that in both your films, the main theme, or you know, the main relationship that was explored here was between two women, and through this you uncovered a lot of things about the female experience and things that we all can relate to as women, and that we, you know, or as people that have been brought up as females, you know. So I think that that is really like commendable and makes it very, you know, interesting for both of your movies.
Thank you. I didn't see it from this point of view, so it's actually a good start to think more deeply about it. So thank you.
You're welcome. But I wanted to ask you maybe like, how important was the mother-daughter bond between you and Nadia for making this film?
Actually, yeah, it was because Nadia experienced a little lack of time from me because of her brother, that he was born, and we with film, we used film to strengthen our relationship actually after this experience. So yeah, this is quite important for this film. That is a bridge between mama and a daughter, trying to make something together, to be close to each other. Yeah, and also, as you saw, Nadia was happy to make a movie because there was no brother around me.
Yes, yes, great. I mean, girl bonding experience, definitely girl bonding power. I love to see it. And yeah, I mean, I think presenting your own relationship, like with a family member, particularly mother and daughter, I think it can make you vulnerable in some way, and in that way, especially for, I don't know, maybe the other movie, it can definitely have this I don't know, it can be a process, you know, psychological process for the both of you to become closer or to understand more about your relationship. So
yeah, Nadia was funny because in the editing room she was deciding this goes in, this doesn't go in, like, so very nice potential I saw in her. So, and she had explanations and like her reasons why this is too short or too long, and this part I really liked because yeah, we could also meet each other from another corner.
That's great to hear. That's really great to hear that from such a young age she already has this natural talent for editing and filmmaking. That's really nice. Maybe Spela, do you have some questions at this point? I just wanted to give you the opportunity.
Of course. Thank you for the digital mic. Actually, because Maja before mentioned the process, like the filming process in Iran. So I was wondering how it is. I mean, it's not, maybe culture, it's not that different, but still, Yuliya, and I know that now you're in Croatia. So how would you compare like the different spheres of filmmaking, you know, in like Slovenia and Croatia, or if there are any differences at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really, I know that Luksuz is a documentary film in Slovenia in some way, because really the people are not doing this, and it's really not so. I remember when my friend Drog Biček, when he get the award in Slovenian Film Festival for this film Družina, Family. So it was like documentary film. It was awarded the best film in Slovenia. It was like, how, you know, it's like, so it's really hard to make documentaries film if you're not in Luksuz and you're not under 30 and stuff like that in Slovenia. So yeah, here in Croatia, you still have masters of documentary, have really more, I don't know, they are kind of value more this this thing, like more like documentary. I'm sorry for the words. Yeah, so it's I don't know, here I think it's kind of easier, or maybe people understand it better, it's more common. So it's really not so hard to say to people what they're doing with the camera if you don't have actors in front of it. So I don't know, I was just here. It's not that I came here just because of that. I came here because of Restart. And then I said, okay, I will take this opportunity. But yeah, I think I learned a lot because in Slovenia it doesn't exist something like that, like a school, like academy. If it's not just workshops, like you know, like degree.
Not yet, we hope, right? Not yet. I mean, hopefully one day changes will come here as well. But like now, considering these times, of course, with Corona and everything and closed borders, and I know you both, like Nadia's family and also your family, your roots are from different countries and your family is all around the world. So how is this like distance affecting your relationships with your family members now?
Who goes first?
Maybe the youngest child with the father will come, and then I will have to go. The son will be disrupted. What was the question?
How did now Corona times
The families. Yeah, like this. We are living the life on Zoom or on like WhatsApp and talking like this. Everybody are home there. We are all home here. So it's actually unique time because I don't see also my parents. So is that then also the parents of my husband are not so much farther. Everybody are on video call.
So bubbles within bubbles, right? Even
yeah, actually it's strange because we are starting to show our like live through format of like this recording. So actually we are all making documentary movies and showing it to each other. I think this is a big potential that we are living. And yeah, Julia, for sure, in Slovenia, hopefully also we will have some documentary improvements for seniors, not seniors, but you know, like the documentary makers, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And because I know that in film, you also mentioned this dilemma of having, you know, grandparents in two different countries. So how was this like a year abroad in Iran? Was this more of a just an not an experiment, but an experience that you wanted to live with your family, or was it like a special reason for moving back and now staying in Slovenia?
You know, I said to I actually many years I gave myself a promise that if I will be ever anytime pregnant again, I will go be pregnant in Iran because I wanted to experience all the luxury of like being pregnant in Iran. So actually we went for this and then we stayed there. I had the birth in Iran and we came for summer back in Slovenia. And during this time, we were thinking that is valuable if Nadia goes to local school and really get better in Persian language, what she successfully did. And we are very proud on her. And yeah, I think this is a life experience. Like even if she will not remember everything, that's why also why the movie was made. So keep the experience to document this year, so she could refer to this during the years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on record as well, and even for the youngest one is there as well. But you mentioned these luxuries for pregnant women. Can you tell us like a few of them? I can't imagine what this could.
No, it's just so it's everywhere in the world. I think when the woman is pregnant, I hope it is like this. They treat her like with the best ingredients, and you know they offer her different things. And yeah, this is in Iran. Like yeah, you are the queen of bringing the child. So yeah, every pregnant woman it is this. So she should be treated as the queen always, but when you are pregnant, especially.
Yeah, and I hear they have amazing food there as well. So I bet this.
Yeah, and I become good cook also. I have to say. Yeah, they have amazing taste. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Culinary art is there, like, yeah, they love to eat. So, but you know, as how we love in Slovenia potato, they cannot imagine a food with potato. There is like just rice. The rice is the main menu, like the main ingredient to eat. What actually in Slovenia is like, if you eat it one time in 2 weeks, you are okay.
Yeah, it's true. So for all risotto lovers out there, Iran is the place to go. And Yuliya, if I could now switch back with the same question I had for Maja. So about like this distance.
Yes, I ate risotto today.
You entered Latvia today.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I said, yes, I ate risotto today. So yeah, Iran, check. Yeah, it's, oof. It was already harder when I was in Ljubljana and my parents are in Ilirska Bistrica and brat, it's in Koper, my brother. So it's like all this triangle, but now it's, yeah, I saw them. Luckily, I was in Opatia end of August. So they came like 2 days before all these borders closed and all this quarantine was for everybody. So I saw them like one afternoon. They came in the morning and the afternoon they went away. So yeah, it's like Skype calls, WhatsApp, and I don't know. It's kind of hard, but I don't know what, I don't know. It's, yeah. But I think it's the same, like Maja said, I think it's even better and you are more in contact in these video calls than when you're like physically going there, because you said like, okay, I will go there, so you're not calling every day and stuff like that. So yeah, probably, I don't know, it's in some way it's not that bad.
Yeah, in a weird way.
Yeah, but you can,
sorry,
yeah, but you cannot touch them. Yeah, it's the only thing that you cannot touch them. Yeah, it's the only thing that it's missing, you know, this.
Yeah, but soon I hope we will be reunited in physical, with physical touch as well. But I remember it like somewhere at the beginning of this discussion, you mentioned that growing up, you know, with parents from different culture and then speaking this different language also made you want to like belong to the Slovenia, like Slovenian part more. So I was wondering how this like different cultures within your family affected your creativity or also your view on like just films that you do.
I think it's more affected like my whole view of the whole world, I think, because like growing, okay, Ukrainian, Russian culture, it's amazing books and stuff like that. But yeah, coming to Slovenia, when you're from Ukraine, it's all these stereotypes and you're 12. So you're kind of this teenager wanted to connect with people, but you're so different. It was really, really hard. And I really, like a child, I start to think about how parents should treat kids, what they should tell them, what they cannot tell them, how kids know that girls from Ukraine are coming to Europe, what they're doing. You know, it's like, we're kids, you know, we need to play. It's not that kids should know this stuff. So it was really hard as a child thinking about like stuff that you really don't need to think as a child. And about these cultural differences and stereotypes and stuff. So but yeah, I don't know, I don't know, probably kind of made me person that I can really relate easier to people, because I was kind of from everywhere. I don't feel that I'm Slovenian. I will never be Slovenian because I was born in Slovenia. I will never be Ukraine because I was there just 11 years. And besides, we are probably Russian. We are from the Russian part. So who knows, you know? So it's like, I'm neither of these, but in the same time, I can be everything. And this is also how I'm here in Croatia, and I feel home. I get this culture. I feel like in 2 years already kind of speaking their slang and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, it's hard sometimes, but in documentary, I think it's better because you can feel everything this, because you kind of live this in some way. I don't know.
Yeah, global identity that makes you think from different perspectives as well. You know, if I can get involved, Maja, get involved here as well. If you could maybe give us like perspective from a mom who has children with who are half Slovenian and half Iranian. How do you see these cultural differences and similarities?
Unmute.
Specific on what you mean the differences?
Like how you see the role of you as a mother now, like bringing up, like you have two children with mixed roots, so half Slovenian, half Iranian. So how do you see, like, how do you navigate, you know, this?
Okay, I'm navigating it by adding it. So like holidays from Slovenia and holidays from Iran. So we have more. So this is some perspective of raising up. And Borna came, and we slowly, I think, have to finish from our side. Okay, this is Borna.
Wow, he looks so much bigger than in the movie, of course.
Yeah, time passes fast, and this is, yeah.
Okay. Natasha, do you have any questions for Maja before she leaves? You have to unmute yourself.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I just had the interesting question of like, what languages do you actually speak in your family? Like, what languages can you kids speak? And what languages do you speak to each other?
We all speak all three languages, Farsi, English, and Slovenian. So mostly we talk Slovenian and English, but when we are in Iran, we talk more Iranian, like between each other also.
That's really great asset for your young children to have. And do you think this will serve them well in the future?
Yeah, because, you know, we are entering the world of flexibility and so many different corners, and yeah, having power of more languages inside of your like capacity, I think it can help you to live, to think, to have more experiences, and to even know more layers of culture.
Yeah, and I thought it was quite interesting what Yuliya said about how she thinks that she'll never be Slovenian, but she'll never be Ukrainian. Do you maybe see this, I don't know, happening with your children? Do you think that this could be a problem, or do you think it's in some way an asset to not fully be one or the other, you know?
They are proudly both, and that's it. I don't know, like what they will feel, what they will be connected more is, it depends on their experience. So our responsibility is to create as much possibilities from that part of the world and from this part of the world. So I think we are doing this well.
Sounds like you're doing a really great job with helping them learn as much about both cultures as possible, and how the two can fit together to create their own unique identity as young humans. And
yeah, because you have to know what are your origin to then even try to decide to change something, but you have to know what it is. So yeah, as parents, I think this is we have to offer. And yeah, the start is with language also.
Yeah. And I think this film itself is a testament to the job that you do as a mother, trying to bridge this divide and make something special out of it for your children. And I think it's really well done. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. It's all about experiences. So actually, yeah, it was challenging also, Nadia, with everything. So yeah, and then documenting this, like maybe when she's bigger, she will say, "What did you do with me? Experiments or what?" Like, but okay, this is her experience that is unique. I didn't have it, and but she has it. So let's see what she can do with this experience in the future.
Excellent. And I wish her all the best of luck, and you the best of luck in your filmmaking endeavors and any future projects that you embark upon. I'm sure they'll be great. Okay. I think she needs to go now. Maya needs to go.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Borna, say goodbye. Goodbye. So, yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for making the movie and lots of creativity in the future as well.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to have me here. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yeah, so on that note, I think maybe we can just finish with Yuliya asking, do you have any future projects in mind? And what are these future projects, if I may ask?
No, don't ask me this. No. No, it's so hard. It's so hard, actually, really, because every time that I think about something, or it's not happening, or is this Corona, or I don't know, I have no idea. So I'm still juggling with some ideas because a lot of ideas have died in the last couple of months. So I don't want to think about that, please. But I will let you know. No, it's really hard. It's really hard because you never know what will happen. You cannot, already documentary film, it's not future film. You cannot know what will happen, but you can predict. But now it's in this situation, it's really hard even to predict stuff. So it's like I need to be a magician in some time, in some way. So it's mostly now I'm writing scripts and writing my diploma, the typing type, the thing. So I'm trying to do more around computer than shooting something. So I'm more writing scripts for some stuff. So something like that.
Well, this time, this lockdown definitely gives you the opportunity, I hope, to write away in some peace in some way. But yeah, I totally can empathize with how these times make things very unpredictable, particularly in the documentary world. So it's hard to plan our future projects. But actually, the other evening we had, last week, we had this disastrous times themed evening, and our authors there kind of showed us how these disastrous times that we live in can actually provide some sort of inspiration and some momentum behind some more, like, I don't know, experimental or just classic documentary film projects. So I think there's a lot of ideas out there and inspiration, and there's two ways to look at this thing, you know, that it can't predict so much, and that makes it hard for documentary. But then also it's a whole new world basically that we're living in, and a whole new set of morality, and that's really interesting to see from the human perspective how this is shaping our experiences with each other, and it's actually bringing us together as well. So maybe more universal topics to discover and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I totally understand, but I think that you don't let the unpredictability get in the way of your amazing talent that we have seen tonight. I want to see.
It was just luck. It was just luck, really.
I think, yeah, maybe a lot of luck, but I would love to see My Universe Part 2. So. Me personally would love to see that. So yeah.
Yeah, they're so nice. They're now living together, you know, and like since the beginning of quarantine. So there are a lot of new stories and a lot of new topics, and yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't want to jinx nothing. So it's like more I talk, more they're dying. So it's like, oh, don't die. So yeah, I don't know. I will first write them and then I. Yeah, but yeah, of course, we need to be prepared. We need to get inspired of all situations, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Spela, do you want to make some closing comments?
I was actually, I have one question that is also going back at the beginning of this Q&A, when you said that you made 3 movies related to LGBT community, and then now you have enough. Is there a specific reason for this?
No, I just said that 3 is enough. No, it was once I get one comment that how come I choose the team LGBT if I'm not part of the LGBT. And I said, well, I'm part of the queer cabaret, and I never felt apart. I felt always like them. I didn't felt different. They didn't ask me who I like, girls, guys, or whatever, and how I see myself and what kind of gender. And they never asked me, so I really felt that it's a kind of our project. But then I get this command that probably you should speak about something that you can speak. You cannot speak about other people because it's kind of not fair. You should let them speak for themselves. So kind of I said, okay, good.
And was this ever a moral dilemma for you when you were shooting the movie, or just
No.
kind of exposing this social topic in general?
No, it wasn't a dilemma for me to not expose this or something, because Nastja is Nastja. I don't think about her this or that. I don't put her in some box. So this was part of her, and she wanted to be accepted for this. Somebody else can want to be accepted that he has, I don't know, colored his hair. So it wasn't something for me that I can say like, okay, I'll go to this topic. But when I was editing this and this team also came out, I said, okay, check 3. Okay. So I just to not get stuck, because probably I'm afraid to get stuck somewhere. That's why I'm moving. So that's why I'm making max 3 films of one team. So it's like, don't get stuck and explore elsewhere. So
Exactly. And you actually mentioned the perfect goodbye words for today. So don't get stuck, keep creating. And also for you, Yuliya, I think chaos is a perfect way, because we saw the results. So I hope you will stick with this way of filmmaking in the future as well.
yeah, and also like Natasha said, get inspired from this chaos that we are living now. So yeah.
Exactly. Inspiration everywhere. And also there is predictability in non-predictability now in this time, so we can predict something for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Then with this, we're gonna kind of mark the end of this evening. Thank you, Yuliya, so much, and also to Maja and Nadia who left already. Thank you for taking the time and coming here and sharing your thoughts on everything connected to your movie.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and congratulations again on your reward. I think it was like well deserved. And to Nadia and Maja, if you're ever going to be watching this again, thank you to you as well for bringing us this Iranian world a bit closer, and for breaking some stereotypes about women and life there in general as well. Okay, so dear viewers, if you know anyone who would love to watch this session of ours today, don't worry, this is actually still being recorded and is going to be available on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. And don't forget that you can watch all the movies that we spoke about today and also from last week. So long ago already, you can still watch them until the end of the festival. So a few more days, so don't miss out until you still have the chance. Okay, so just a quick trailer for what's coming in the next days. So we have 2 more days of our program and our festival. So we're meeting here again on Saturday at 3 o'clock. We'll be hosting a chat with one of the youngest participants of our festival and his project called Corona Defeated. So he's going to share some thoughts on that. And then later, it's 4:30, we have Facebook Live discussions with mentors. So what it means to be this film tutor / educator. So about the work itself, their tips and tricks that help them to assist young filmmakers, and maybe also some inspirational advice for their development as mentors as well. So they're teachers and also youth workers or anyone who's interested in any kind of organization and creative learning for youth. You're more than welcome to join our discussion. If you don't have a Facebook account, or if you would like to actively participate in the discussion and join us on Zoom, it's going to be held in English language and then live stream here onto our YouTube page. So send us an email to luksuz.festival@gmail.com or luksuz.festival@gmail.com until tomorrow. So tomorrow is the deadline. But otherwise, if you miss it, don't worry. You can also comment. If you have the Facebook account, you can comment while we're discussing, and we will try our best to answer the questions as is its practice now since the beginning of the festival. Okay, so that's it from my side for tonight as well. Thank you again for coming. Thank you for watching us, and I hope to see you for our last weekend here together on our digital journey. Good night, guys. See you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.